Hello there, YouTube. Are you guys ready for another VOD review? Today we have Nova. She is requesting a Mercy VOD review. Their current rank is Silver 2, and their comments for this VOD are they are aware that they made some mistakes and their DPS were out of positioning, and at the last bit of the match, the tank wanted a Mercy pocket. They are aware they committed some mistakes, so we will try and give them a little tips and tricks of what I would like to do on Mercy. Looking at your team comp already, I see that you have an Ashe. She's somewhere in the background. She's probably going to want to take high ground up here. And you have an Echo. I would say if the enemy team is rolling out with hit scans, Echo is going to be your priority to take care of, because she's going to be in the skies. She's going to get a lot of attention from their hit scan, so primarily you want to take care of your Echo. That way the Echo can dive in, be a distraction, and then hopefully our Ashe that will most likely take high ground will be able to pick the enemy DPS and supports off as our Echo dives into their backline and creates a distraction for our Ashe to take advantage of. But let's see where this Echo decides to go. Alright, I like it. She's getting everyone off high ground. It was kind of unfortunate. I think she got two-tapped by the Junkrat there. Although your team does have a Pharah now, so we have double flyer here. You can take advantage of being in the air. Oh, I would say be very, very careful. The way that you kind of went over here and then came back, you want to be careful because they have a Junkrat and a Bastion. If that Bastion was set up and you're kind of just walking across this opening here, a good Bastion would delete you out of the air. So always be mindful when you're crossing this choke point right here, especially for this point. Let's see, where does your team decide to set up for next battle? I like that you're backing away and you didn't go for the very predictable res out in the open in front of that Junkrat. Wait, did your res cancel? Oh no, that's so unfortunate. Let's see, I wonder if here, if you would have gone for maybe like a super jump res, if it would have worked. Because I think, yeah, the Doom is right around the corner. If you would have gone for a super jump res, maybe. Because he would have been above ground and Doom doesn't really have, he would have to use a lot of resources to get up to your height. But other than that, like a simple melee won't take you out of res. So maybe here, even though it is behind cover, I think a super jump res would have gotten you the res. But then again, hindsight is 2020. But that is super unfortunate. The good thing is that it's a Moira, so they'll get back fairly quickly with their fade. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, we have around 7 seconds for res. Maybe we can get our Pharah back up. Oh, be careful with that trap. I hope you break it. Another thing here for whenever I play Mercy, if I have to kind of dance around this corner, I immediately look up here because the higher you go, the more hit scans are gonna play up here. And in my mind, I immediately went, wait, where's the Bastion? Because I'm always looking out for the Bastion. The Bastion could turret form and he could delete you in 2 seconds. So always be mindful of whoever could be up here. So as soon as you are making your way through this choke, just keep an eye on what's going on up top. And if you see it's clear, you could probably sit up here and just kind of heal, damage boost your team from this high ground. As long as no one is up here, this high ground is yours to claim. This is where you will spend most of your time as Mercy, and this is where I mostly exist on this map. If this high ground is open, high ground is your best friend because it will allow you to get away from all the junk spam that's going to be happening on point, and you'll be in a midway position to help your tank on point that's definitely going to be fighting here, and your Echo may be flying in the air as well as your Pharah. You kind of want to be midway of I can look down to my tank or I can look up to my double flyer DPS. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Yeah, that's why I was saying, like, always be mindful of whoever can make it up to high ground, because you never know what can happen in a split second. But hopefully we make it back to the fight pretty soon. Okay, I guess here we just wait for tank and regroup. Okay, good job stabilizing everyone. Here, I would be keeping an eye on my Pharah. Oh no, careful. Oh my gosh. Okay, good. Nice escape. Oh, be careful with that Bastion. Another really good tip for Mercy whenever you hear a Junkrat tire is just immediately cut your beam and try and isolate yourself from your team, because more often than not here you're kind of giving away your positioning as well as whoever you're tethered to. So I would have recommended you to go maybe to this corner and just kind of crouch here and wait for that tire to go, because then you could have went out here, not taken the tire damage, and then maybe, just maybe, waited for your team, because I don't think you're gonna get that res. There's a rallying break here, a doom, and I'm pretty sure the Bastion is also spamming down main. So yeah, I would have just recommended you to crouch back here, cut your beam as soon as you hear that initial voice line, because it's either going to your tank or going to you, and those are the main suspects of Junkrat tire. I'm pretty sure every Mercy main knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, as soon as you hear Junkrat tire, cut your beam, because you're giving yourself away as well as whoever you're tethered to, and you want to be as sneaky as possible during that ultimate.
2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
We can do this. We must believe. Believe. At the speed of light. I need some assistance.
The objective is now.
This is very, very risky, because you are in plain view of the entire enemy team. I would have recommended, if you really, really need to get this res, I would have recommended maybe coming into this room, grabbing the soul, and rezzing behind this wall. Like, yeah, it might not work because they have 3 people that are looking at you and will see the soul being rezzed, but it is a lot better rezzing from here than rezzing out here, because I'm pretty sure that Moira is coming right at you and that Doom is getting ready to punch you into oblivion. So yeah, please be mindful of enemies that are on point or could be looking at you. Like, anybody could have been standing back here maybe and they have full view of you, although I think your Mei is trying to give you a hand here by putting a wall to kind of isolate you from the Moira Brig, but still Doom has full access and will most likely stun you out of this res here. Ooh, good catch. Nice job saving yourself there. That was scary.
Enhancing your strength. See, Doctor? No side effects.
Okay, I would highly recommend, instead of playing in this room because they have a Junkrat, if your tank is going to be playing here, you can kind of chain super jumps and play around this wall. If he's going to be playing in this corner, you can tend to your team that's fighting main and tend to your tank. You can do a super jump here and use one of your teammates that are here to tend to your tank. Because you definitely don't want to be in this corridor. Because I think I see the Junkrat just spamming as you're sitting here as time goes on. Yeah, there he is. He's just like, oh, hi, a Mercy. If you were here, you know, that would be a completely different situation. Your Hog would take the damage. And look, Hog is way out here. And you have a Junkrat and Doom getting ready to say hello. So always be mindful. Make sure to keep your head on a swivel. Always be looking around at what could be happening to you or your teammates. That's why I say if you were playing here, maybe standing on this wall here, you could fly to this window here and try and get away from whatever's happening here, because that Moira isn't going to one-shot you like the Junkrat is. So I would say you have better odds at surviving a Moira than surviving whatever the heck is going to happen into this room fairly shortly. But nice job getting out there. That was very close.
I'm at the height of my performance. Supplying damage increase.
I like that you immediately reposition to a safer spot. That is just unfortunate. That was just a lot of spam.
Heroes never die.
Yeah, I like the Valk.
My duty is being done.
I'm gonna go back a little bit. One thing I would say,
Heroes never
as soon as you pop Valk, you already have your beam connected to the Hog. I would immediately be looking at whoever needs my help on point. Like your Mei and your Moira. We already have our beam connected, so as soon as you pop Valk, you just connect your beam to your Hog, and then you start looking around like, oh, my Mei is kind of low. We could connect the beam to her for a couple of seconds because our Hog is about to secure this skill with the enemy Bastion here. Because right now I feel like you tunnel vision a little bit on who your beam is attached to instead of helping your Mei here that's about to take a lot of damage fighting with this Moira and Brig. I didn't even see the Brig last time.
My duty is being done.
You guys have more than enough time to come back for a recontest, and right now you can see they have 3 teammates on point and it's just one of you. Your Mei has gone down, your Moira has probably backed off, and we're going for this res that we're most likely not gonna get since your team is very far away. I doubt that you have any sort of exit, and your Valkyrie is coming offline. One thing you could have done is taken advantage of Valkyrie and maybe grab the soul here as you fall and then came back around here and rezzed underneath. Like, it might not work, it might not be perfect, but it will buy you time to get this in comparison to you rezzing in front of a Junkrat, in front of a Brig, and in front of this Doomfist. I think here it applies, like I said before, where you have super jump res because you're still in Valkyrie. You're taking advantage of the height for this res, but I would have recommended you to go actually underneath the map and res like this. Just use that momentum of Valkyrie ending to kind of come back here, and whenever your hog is back up, just fly here, super jump, and then fly back out to your team, maybe here. Because I'm pretty sure nothing can one-shot you. It's not like you're going up against the Widowmaker. Instead of this res in front of 3 enemies. Very, very risky. Here, I would immediately, as soon as I hear the Bastion ult, your tank is almost full HP and he has self-healing, so he doesn't really need you. I would be flying closer to my Bastion and maybe using this wall as natural cover, and just keeping an eye on my Bastion, damage boosting him for his ultimate because he can secure a kill fairly quickly, instead of tending to your hog that's almost full HP. And then here, I think you don't notice that there's a soldier on the high ground, and that's why I recommend playing around this wall, because here, if he shoots you, you could just back up or land on the ground, and then here he really won't have any sort of sightline, and you can still super jump off your Bastion, attach your beam to your tank, damage boost your Bastion ult, maybe damage boost your Mei, and still be within safe positioning. Because I think your Mei and your Bastion are now contesting, so in reality, you as Mercy do not need to be touching point whatsoever. Only in like a very short instance of overtime I would recommend it, but you have 3 teammates that are getting ready to fight, and your life is more important alive than dead. So I would let your team go first and actually go contest point before you ever do, if it's not overtime. Because if you pop Valkyrie in overtime, you have more mobility, more speed, you can fly like a little gnat around point and recontest until your team gets back. But right now I would say it's not really necessary for you to be on points.
Activating healing stream. I'm on fire. I'm being attacked.
Surrender to my will.
Stronger?
I like the damage boost on the Moira ult. It was just unfortunate she kind of got stunned.
Not on my watch.
Same thing here. You are very lucky that that Brig did not notice your res there and she didn't stun you. But still, where that soul was, the soldier has clear view of you, and I'm pretty sure those rockets are getting ready to delete you. But yeah, I would say wait a little bit until the hog either kills the Brig or maybe your Bastion that's already shooting at her before you go for the res, because you do have 10 seconds on every soul to be able to get them back up, and just see how the fight develops for you to actually dive in and commit to the soul and the res. Oh, I think your super jump there messed up a little bit. That was so unfortunate. Oh, it was just unlucky. If you can, instead of super jumping here, I would have actually recommended for you to fly in, attach your beam to your hog, and then maybe go up here to this window and pocket him from here, because you're blocking view of the Moira, the soldier, the Junkrat, literally everyone. And if they want to contest you because you're keeping your tank up with your healing and his own healing, I would say they would have to get off point, and it would make your tank's life easier having to fight less and less enemies. And let's say that someone does decide to come up here and contest you. You could just fly down here again and have half of the team kind of split between them going up to the high ground here or maybe chasing you back here. There are a lot of options because here, if you do fly here, your Reaper is nearby and he's gonna be able to provide backup for your tank. But just try and think of yourself like a little lure away for the enemy team. Like if you can lure 2 people away from your tank, that's huge because they're going to be so focused on, oh my gosh, get the mercy, while you keep healing your tank and keep making the enemy team's life impossible because he's getting consistent healing. They don't really have any sort of anti-nade like an Ana would on the enemy team to be able to stop him. So as long as you stay alive and you're able to keep buying attention away from your tank because the enemy team is just going crazy, like get the mercy, she's keeping him alive, she's being annoying, we have to get her out of the game. The more you can make yourself be annoying, the better it is for your team, because if you pull even 2 people away, your hog could potentially get a one-shot combo if you notice that he gets a hook kill here. And if the team is already split trying to chase after you, that's even better. That'll just be less and less of the enemy team kind of sort of trickling into point and buying some peace of mind and better advantage for your team here. But thank you so much for this VOD review. I hope my comments will help you rank up. I cannot wait to see the update. If you have any questions, please make sure to leave them in the comments down below. And for those of you that are watching, if you're wondering how to get your own VOD review, make sure to stop by my Twitch at Tokisori and just hang out with us. They are completely for free. They're under the channel points. So just by you being there, supporting and hanging out, you can collect your points to be able to get your own VOD review. Yeah, see you guys. Thank you so much for watching.